Clicking das Button. Mm. Cough, cough. Good tune. Quiet on the set, boys and girls. Getting ready to go live on the radio. Zoom Room Video Communications brought to you by the BMC.
Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia, and this is Lunch. Coming to you live from Deltona, Florida, here are the dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz. That's Jack with no audio.
Yeah, it's got audio on my side. That's all that matters. So, not your side.
And my
because
Zoom.
I've heard that before.
Hang on, let me reset Zoom here real quick.
What'd you do, man?
Well, my slabs won't record if I start Zoom before I hit going live. If I go live, it fails on recording, and I don't know why it does that. Yeah, so in order to record on this side, I got to wait a second, but usually it just goes ahead and throws you right where you're supposed to be, but it didn't do that today, so let's see if it'll do it this time. Let's see if it'll do it this time. Position your window properly and all that good stuff.
Aloha, Lanza.
There you go. Now you're back to where you're supposed to be. Aloha!
Oh, I'm sorry. We should give her the shaka.
Mahalo, right? Mahalo?
Or,
that's good.
Or depending on what part of the island you're on, it's either front or the back. Front or the back. Front or the back.
And what if you go sideways?
Or depends on which island you're on. And then you're just picking your nose or doing something else. Although I'm not a pinky nose picker.
Ah, man, you can't get you can't get no leverage that way, man.
With a pinky, you can't get the leverage?
Get no leverage, man. You got to get in there with the thumb and forefinger. Come on now.
I can't. Thumb just doesn't work. Forefinger, yes. But yes.
Welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Thirsty Thursday right here inside and outside Shroud of the Avatar. It is Thursday, September 3rd, 2020 right here. And again, 9 months into the year, man. Let's see how much crazier this damn year can get before we get out of here. I tell you what.
Yeah.
But crazy enough that we're still here. Imagine that. Okay, let's go ahead and get the announcements out there. Find the right windows. East Reach Gap, 5 people please, or sorry buddy.
Wait, someone invited you to a party? I mean, Bridge Troll's mentoring in Solania this time, not in the.
Yeah, he's been looking for a change of scenery there. He's been over in Solania lately. I guess Sultan has just been a little too bland for his taste. I don't know. Bridge Troll, he should be out
Well,
there. What was with the move to Solania? I know I saw a little blurb about it in.
It's
get this
something.
done. Yeah.
You know what? I really want to listen to Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. That entire
Seventh
album.
Son of a Seventh Son. Good tune.
Yeah.
Good album.
Good album.
Yeah, good album.
He's built a mentor center in Solania. That's what Treasure Pile just said.
A fabulous fabulous mentor center out there. But speaking of mentor centers, speaking of locations, speaking of all sorts of stuff, let's talk about that party we got coming up. Start the day off right. I know Treasure Pile would be disappointed if I don't talk about it until the end of the show today, so we'll talk about it all through the show today.
Out at Crossroads in the Autumn Rise Brewery, aka Adventure Club something or other.
It's the Adventure Club's Autumn Rising Brewery. That's right, the Autumn Rising Brewery at the Adventure Club in Crossroads. Yeah. And it's going to be happening this Saturday, September 5th from 12 to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is Nude Britannia time for those of you folks who are just curious what Central Standard Time is. Well, if you're wondering what Nude Britannia time is, that's right. That's server time. But yes, come join WRFB Radio Free Britannia and DJ Darkstar at the Adventure Club this Saturday afternoon. For some merriment, some fun. You can go swimming and cool off after having some cocktails and dancing with your friends in the big, large pool there. You
can do something.
Chef from South Park.
Chef from South Park is going to be doing what?
I don't know. Ridge Troll says Chef from South Park. That one of the voices Jack should add to his list.
No, it's a joke about the Adventure Club.
I haven't watched.
I'm sorry.
I haven't watched South Park in forever.
Yeah, what's this, Cavius?
Well, the guy who played Chef died, and before that, he went off to Scientology. So they basically took a bunch of clips from previous episodes and made an episode with him joining the quote-unquote Adventure Club, which is basically a bunch of pedophiles that goes around the world to find new boys to discover.
Leave it up to South Park, the Adventure Club. Okay.
Yeah.
Super best friends. Yay.
Mohammed with the power of fire.
Yeah, nah, don't ask me why. You know, I could watch it, but it really never did anything for me. That I followed it at all.
They were ripping on Muslims on that one, and they got a whole bunch of death threats merely for depicting Muhammad.
Yeah. All I know is that Kenny is living proof that wearing a mask doesn't avoid death because, you know.
It doesn't avoid it. It avoids for you from spreading it. And his nose isn't covered anyways.
Jack's face palming over there.
He also doesn't have a nose.
Kenny's not wearing a mask.
Yeah, but you all got the reference. I don't care what you say. You all got it. Hey, you know, where's my Kenny?
That's just like stupid logic, though.
Yeah, here's my Kenny. Oh my God! They killed Kenny! You bastards!
Because Kenny never truly dies.
That's right.
He disappeared for about a year, I think, or two.
In what season? Like 37 or something like that?
No, it was third or fourth season, I think.
Doesn't Kenny become a ghost at one point?
Yeah, he goes to hell in the movie.
In the movie, okay. I saw the movie. I saw the movie.
You can't kill Kenny. Kenny keeps on coming back.
The season after the movie, he wasn't there.
Just remember that in the original Spirit of Christmas, Kenny was Cartman.
And he
And
was
Cartman was
Cartman.
Kenny. Yeah. So the characters
And
were
you
reversed.
said no. That is not absolutely true. That's actually a little bit of a mixed up message. But of course, the media is running all over the place with that crap. And no, that is not actually true. I've actually looked into that. And but what the actual study was 6% were just listed as the cause of death. That was just 6% was listed as the cause of death. Not 6% died. So anyway, it's a long story, and the news is a bunch of liars. See, we don't lie; we just interpret the news. There's a big difference.
And nearly 200,000 Americans are still dead from COVID.
That's right. Yes, they had the disease when they died. That's right. Comorbidity. Look it up.
But
Cartman.
we do have some tweets from Chris.
Do we have tweets today? I actually haven't looked at Twitterverse today.
Yes, we do.
Let's hop on out to the Twitterverse.
So yesterday, a new patch released to enable the extra detail and also a few dozen other items. We read those patch notes yesterday, but
I was going to
7
say
hours ago,
we read that one yesterday.
7 hours ago, working on the XP changes for creatures so the XP is more reasonable when disabled double XP, and also working on why the highest difficulty creatures in dynamic scenes don't give XP. Oh, yeah.
Interesting. So when you go into those selectable scenes, they're not
that's
dynamic.
supposedly epically hard for no XP, working as intended. That is right, Sentinel. Ouch. It's like, ooh, ouch. And 7 hours ago, my current best guess for the creatures in extreme difficulty episode teens not giving XP is that it can only be reproduced when in online and in a large party, which could explain why I couldn't reproduce it in testing, attempting a fix and adding logging. Couldn't he? I mean, he kills everything in God mode anyways. Couldn't you just go online, go to that difficulty as far as that scene, and then whack, 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 and kill a mob? Not as a GM ghost. I mean, you're already invulnerable.
No, because apparently it's got something to do with being in a party.
Yeah,
and you have to play the game in order to be in a party. In order to test things like that, you know, it's sort of like the East Reach Gap thing that we kept talking about. That you can't just go shadow somebody in East Reach Gap or shadow a party in East Reach Gap and sit there and watch the party and see lag. You actually have to be in the party and spend a considerable amount of time with all those buffs and everything flying all over the place in order to actually experience that. Absolutely, yes.
All those nightmares and everything else to experience that hitching. What about this one? Get the employees to sit there and say, "Hey, I need your help reproducing this bug," and then you'll all need to log in and come here, and that way they can test it. Ooh.
Don't know how he figured that, but a little bit more explanation would help.
Yeah. And then 3 hours ago, new server patch is being deployed to hopefully fix the XP in the extreme difficulty scenes with double XPs and big party bonus. Super high level critters. There were server safety check numbers being exceeded, is my belief, though I still couldn't reproduce it locally.
Interesting. Yeah. So okay. This sounds like programming yourself out of the programming that you programmed that you forgot you programmed in for the reason you programmed it in the beginning. which was he probably forgot that he had programmed an XP point at which point he cut you off because you were exceeding X amount per hour. And when you're in a scene like that and that XP starts spitting out more than that X amount an hour, it was probably just negating the whole thing. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we do know he's had caps like that programmed in. I'm just taking a stab in the dark on that one. That's just me.
So
That's just me.
It's something,
But
man.
I'm going to go ahead and open up giveaway. This will be the giveaway for the end of the show. Of course, if you guys want more giveaways, there's an easy way to do that, and that's by cheering in bits. The more you cheer, the more giveaways we will do.
And it's all about those bits on my stream to make me do voices and other things.
I don't know. See, I think you should add Cartman and the chef. I think you should add South Park voices.
Well, I mean, like seeing chocolate salty balls, I'd have to go look up the lyrics to that too.
As chef,
They're not hard.
I know it involves chocolate salty balls.
I think all you got to do is sing chocolate salty balls over and over and over, and you'll be okay.
Yeah, chocolate salty balls.
He kind of says he's got voices for you.
And remember, the word is poorly. It's my interpretation of whatever. Doesn't mean it's anywhere near accurate, because really, I don't know. But yes.
But I do got to remind everybody that there is a deed upgrade sale, Kodo sale going on right now. And now is the best time that has ever been had in the game's history to do all sorts of crazy things with your lots. If you're looking to upgrade, if you're looking to buy, if you're looking to get into the market on new housing and land, now is the time. I went out last night and I upgraded a shit ton. I mean a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't have any crowns, so I can't upgrade shit. But
what's that, Cappius?
Yeah, upgrading town lots to city lots.
No, I did not. I actually have a town lot. I can actually go out and check that for you later. But right now, I think I've got 4 lots that I am now paying taxes on this account. And then 1 lot on another account. And everything else right now has currently been upgraded to tax-free because it was freaking worth it.
Nice.
Even though I have scepters to defray those costs. And I have a whole bunch of tax credit that I'll probably never use now, but that's okay. I will use it eventually. I will expand to use it. But if you're looking for those upgrades, folks, now is the time. That's all I'm going to tell you. It doesn't get any better than this. Yes, doesn't get any better than this. Excuse me. But anyway, moving right along. Speaking of parties, let's talk about not having parties.
What? We're not having parties? Are you talking about the Avatars Express and an article from Thradia? Where
did Thradia do that article? I didn't look to see who the author of the article was.
Yes, it was Thradia. Thank you, Thradia, for paying attention to the forums and noting that Virtue Radio is no longer going to host released parties. And Avatars Radio is no longer, because all the owners are out of the game. And then it became Virtue Radio under new management. But Aline Dragonfire made a post on the forums, and many were surprised to see a post from her on the forums yesterday stating that Virtue Radio is no longer going to be hosting any release parties for Soda due to it is with sadness that we must inform you, due to lack of community interest and lack of developer need for our assistance with live testing, that release parties have been canceled for the time being. Avatar's Virtue Radio stands at the ready to help Chris Elgarian and the team test when their call comes. We will continue to be, however, the number one station bringing you 100% community music, theatrical productions, stories, radio serials, and lots more original content 24 hours a day, 7 days per week, as we always have. So that 100% music, community music, does that mean they don't play any songs from
that's what that would infer to me. Infer, that would be implied, at least, or inferred, but
I know it's not true. So
I was gonna say, I don't believe that's absolutely 100% accurate.
It's not true, but, but the fact that Virtue Radio is no longer going to be doing release parties due to lack of anybody caring, because hosting those things does take a lot of effort, especially if you're changing venue from month to month. It's one where it's like, is it worth it to continue?
Well, and, you and I have had this discussion several times, and while they had their use back in the early days for testing, I think when we stopped attending was when we both agreed that there was no need for dance parties for testing anymore, because they're just, you don't get more than X amount of people who show up every time, so you're never going to get past that number. And then even if you got to that number, we saw the other night during the New Year's party, while we had 50-ish plus people on the overworld, there was a second instance where people were in as well. Might have even been a third instance. So you're never going to fully fill an instance right off the bat to begin with to do the fullest stress test you can do without, stacking your deck by the developers pulling everybody into an instance. But again, is not something that I think, again, we stopped going a long time ago to those parties just because, didn't see the need for stress testing anymore. Want a stress test? Get a group of 12 and go out to a control point. There's your stress test.
And even performance testing in a scene where even if you have like 30, 60, 90, 120, because the max is 126 people in a scene, all standing around doing emotes is not a really good method of stress testing, in my opinion. What they should have done is communicated, okay, we want everybody to cast this type of spell. Everybody, we want you to do this. Everybody, we want you to do this. Everybody, we want you to do this. And then that becomes an actual stress test. And then you end up seeing what's really going on. That, or, okay, we're going to PvP flag everybody and go kill each other. And then you can see what's going on.
Yeah, we're going to bring the whole server out to Blood Bay for,
and we are going to actually test a bunch of things. To me, it's one where just having 100 people in the scene, and since it's a dance party, this was me and 100% of dance parties. Here I'll show you. Here you go. Have fun.
What did he do?
I don't know. What did I do? What did I do?
Oh,
am I even at the keyboard?
No, you're not.
That's me at a dance party. It's like my character's physically in game, but
I get what he's saying. He puts the character on auto dance and you walk away. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one where AFK and emote. So it's like realistically, I'm not doing anything to actually tax this system, and that was majority of people at dance parties, anyways.
Well, the easy way was to stay around at the end of the dance party and see how many avatars were standing around in places after everybody left still, because, you know, they were all just AFK.
Yeah.
Bridge Troll, again, you know, it was said by a buddy of ours, old Gixie, that the party, if they're going to throw that party should be on the Friday stream right after they do the stream, and leave everybody at the dance party after they end their stream, so that they've got everybody's attention. They can attend the party because they've all been on live stream, so they can all be at the dance party while this is happening. See, I compare it to like the stand-up corner. Okay, they used to do things this way, and then slowly things changed until we no longer did them that way anymore. Like, you know. Anyway,
or someone decided that it was useless, and then they stopped doing things.
When one only stopped coming and killing everybody at the end of the dance party, it got boring. You know what I'm saying? You know, one and only used to come in and do a mass kill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, then they added XP loss, and he's told, don't do that again.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Then they removed XP loss. I mean, but it's one where
when they stop drinking, they stop making the big money.
Yeah. If you're going to stress test, you have to have a plan for what that stress test is. It's not just get as many warm bodies into a scene. It is have the warm bodies do something to actually test the system. And that's why it's like calling the dance parties a stress test was never a good idea anyways, just because they weren't testing anything. And it's like, ooh, what all metrics did you get that considering we still don't, we still end up with location issues where Laz or myself is sitting, but on the others we aren't. And that's 3-4 people in a scene, and the network code is identifying your location as being elsewhere.
Again, like I said, early on they had their uses, and they did find, some performance problems, like everybody's names repeating, every single second, so that everybody was refreshing it every
all the polling
shit like
and everything
that,
else.
all the polling. So I mean, they had, and that was years ago, but release parties, doing them when they started moving them in the middle of the month. Again, if they're going to do them right. So I can't disagree with her choice on that, and of course,
no, I don't either. My issue is more related to Avatar's radio and Virtue Radio. But that's me nitpicking, because
royal warrant holders versus non-royal warrant holders, that type of thing.
Virtue Radio is not a royal warrant holder. They will be as soon as they notify Chris of that. If he ever does the royal warrant system again or anything else. But yeah.
Well, I think they're still in play, but I just don't think that,
It's kind of also like Chris's stream of, here, I'm going to go find this wall, and I'm going to stand right here. And the entire conversation, the entire stream
he does apologize for that a lot.
Well, it's one where it's like, okay, you're answering questions, but yeah, and we're at least displaying other graphics and changing views quite frequently and sitting down, sitting.
Bridge Troll, absolutely on that one.
Way we don't.
And I'll tell you what, it's not something, if somebody told me, A, I would have been doing this, and B, not only would I be doing this, but I would have a radio station that was in a video game, I would have said bullshit 5-6 years ago. I mean, literally, I didn't plan to do any of this. It's just all evolved from, just my love of the community, but B, I had stuff set up for my community. It started all out with one of my buddies going, "Hey, Laz, you think you could pipe some music into TeamSpeak for us?" And this is way back because TeamSpeak. And I'm like, yeah, I think I could do that. Yeah. So I figured that out. And then I said, well, that's not good enough for me. I want to be able to, let the people in chat pick their song. So I found some other solutions, got myself all the way up to an automated jukebox on the web that I could just hand out the web page to, and anybody in the room could just click on a song. And it would have loaded into the room like a jukebox, and I had all that infrastructure already. So when we got here, to me, it was a no-brainer just to switch that infrastructure over to a radio station so that we can do what we do now, which is broadcast NBNN into the game via WRFB Radio Free Britannia, which are two separate things. They are not the same. Okay, just for those people who are confused about that too. Yep. Radio station is a radio station. It's got nothing to do with our news show. Our news show just happens to run on said radio station. Yes.
And Necronut, the answer is technically yes. But if you turn around and you listen to people bitch and complain about Spotify and the fact that the owner is a billionaire and yet the artists have made 7 cents, you end up with
7 cents. They're lucky if they make 2 bits.
If they're lucky. Yeah. And that's through the existence.
I tell you what, I personally know a BMI recording artist who's been in the industry for 60 plus years. He's called my father. Yeah, my dad. And I can tell you, they don't get the royalties that they're supposed to get from these companies. They don't. So I can tell you that proof positive. And he's got some. He gets some, but he gets them from other things, not from where they're supposed to be coming from. But that's beside the point. Is he got a surprise a couple years back when what was it? The Hangover 3 decided to use one of Jim Croce's songs that he was in the recording studio on, and all of a sudden he started getting royalty checks for it again. And he's like, "What's this?" And they're like, "Well, you're on the studio sheet. You H. Boyle, you played on these tracks, and you getting paid." So, movie productions. Movies actually pay the royalties when they use those songs, but the big companies themselves, they're not doing it. They're lying to them. Yeah. Well, that's why Metallica and other groups decided to do their own publishing, do their own distribution, do their own shit, and said, "Fuck the recording system."
Yep.
And my favorite these days is what's her name? Billie Eilish. Do I have that right? Her and her brother recording in their freaking bedroom, making millions. Love them.
Hey, it's time to talk about some crowns and durability. Should crowns be able to actually repair durability? Ooh.
Yes.
Hot topic out there by Oplick. Crowns shouldn't. He's of the opinion that crowns shouldn't be able to repair durabilities, and items should permanently break so the crafting economy has a purpose. Couldn't agree more with you, Oplek, because we need that gear to break, because otherwise you get one set of gear and then you're like me and 1.5 years later still using it, because I'm not a stats whore. And I spend most of my time on the lot or working or not doing other things. And then from there, Baragon says they should do this so that you can see exactly what kind of crafting economy you get. I'll just keep crafting my own gear. If only we could open up a parallel universe to try things out. I don't agree. I think the economy would recalibrate away from the idea of permanent high-end gear. when I start a new game and I have a little more than twigs and rocks to fight with, I'll take anything I can get my hands on. Even now, I'll often grab something from a vendor that's close enough to what I need. I'm saying that as a non-crafter, by the way. The biggest obstacle for me buying stuff from vendors is finding that stuff. But otherwise, what a person is willing to accept is a matter of perspective. Most of us are used, especially the high-end players, are used to the ultra-calibrated, ultra-crafted gear and wouldn't accept less. The prices would probably drop because instead of pouring inconceivable amounts of resources into producing that perfect piece, assuming we still have RNG at this point, decent items can still just go onto a vendor and be purchased because the demand catches up to the supply. And since that decent item doesn't require 10 false starts to achieve, its cost would have to account for those its cost wouldn't have to account for those failures. If I'm more than willing to grab those decent items because I don't have unrealistic expectations, and it saves me from having to do the crafting training work. And economy cannot exist without sinks.
Thanks. Need a sink to wash.
We need to quote that.
Well, I got Soda Wiz going. A parallel universe to try things out is called single player. That's a good answer. Of course, on the QA now, I haven't tried out the new QA. New QA, of course, supposedly has more than enough crowns, gold, and experience points to your heart's content to train skills till you're blue in the face, I understand. But I haven't tried it yet. Has anybody tried it out to see what you get on login on the new QA?
No. Yeah.
I figured Condis might have actually been out there.
But yes, you
Necronut says you'll try it right now.
Yeah. You do end up with a lot of opinions about this. It's either should crowns, it's all related to the economy and what's best, what really happens. But realistically, unless you're a gear whore and only trying to craft the best because that's what people want, I mean, you need a system to where things get permanently destroyed.
Now, I'm stuck here on this topic, okay? Because one, while I find the task of shopping for armor to be a little daunting, not so much now that I'm an experienced player. So I know where to go start my searches when I'm looking for what I'm looking for. I know I've found the locations where I'm going to find what I'm looking for. So I've narrowed that down. So for a new person, I can understand how daunting it can be until you get to know where to find armor, you make friends, and all that stuff. Now, second, I do enjoy taking the time to go out and window shop and see, if I'm not doing something some days, I'll just go and say, what's out there. Sometimes I'll buy stuff that I may not need right now, or may just be a notch above, or maybe even a notch below, depending on the stats I'm looking for and the build I'm looking for. I'll give you a good example here. Let me get up and do this one.
I just hate vendors that are mislabeled.
Better vendor labeling will do wonders. But let me pull up my paper doll here, because I have one piece of equipment that I've been looking to try and find another one. I think it was with the legs. No.
And I have to step away for 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. This chainmail chest armor I picked up, and this was crafted by Elrond. And of course, after a while, you know who's got some goods and who's got some non-goods. Elrond's a major crafter in the game, but looking through these pieces, I saw that this chest piece had a shit ton of everything I wanted on it, including a health boost and 134.9, basically 135 plus health. Critical spellcast bonus, intelligence bonus, a strength bonus, and a damage resist and avoidance bonuses all in one piece of equipment. And it had a pretty good piece of durability. I haven't found a piece of equipment that even comes close to over 100 health anywhere else. And I look regularly, and that's what I'm looking for. Well, no, it was this piece. This was the legs. I'm sorry. Those two, another 100 plus health, 10 strength, dexterity, focus. But you got to shop for those pieces. Not easy, but you can find them out there. And switch back into my work clothes. Can you press control on that gear? Oh, what do you want to see? The stats? Hang on, I can do that. I can do that. Or can I? Yeah, I gotta hold that down. I got on that. That what you want to see?
I'm back. So Laz, should gear be destroyed permanently?
I've always thought that it should be more so than we have now. Now again, I wasn't against being able to see again from a UO perspective. Blacksmiths were worth every coin you gave them, because if you found a good blacksmith, they could keep. But you had to add to it. You had to take it to a blacksmith station, actually fix it, not just pay for the upgrade. And of course, you had to, find a blacksmith willing to do the work, unless you were a blacksmith yourself. Now, repairs, but there should only be X amount of repair, I know it's a fine line between...
It is, but it's one where it's like, you go up against a troll, you go up against a dragon, your gear should be completely destroyed.
In a game that gives us a choice between indestructible or destructible tools, why shouldn't we have the same choice between indestructible and destructible armor?
Yeah.
Things that make you go,
Yeah. And why do they keep introducing artifacts that are better than anything a player can make?
I thought we were supposed to be getting away from that here as he's updating stuff.
What?
Have there been new artifacts included lately? I hadn't...
Considering now it's like you can combine those artifacts to epic artifacts, but you can't craft a piece of gear that does the same thing as an artifact.
Isn't that called crafting the gear?
Yeah, you've got the Tamer's chest now, and that's not crafting gear. That's going out and fucking looting something. Crafting would be, hey, you went out and did these things completely. But yes, yeah.
That what you want to see? You sure?
Yeah.
Thanks, Red Dragon. You sure you want to see this?
I did not know that epic items have the same durability as legendary.
Interesting point. When you combine the items together, how do they get their durability? Are they taking the durability from the highest item you're combining? Are they averaging the items out? Or just when you make the item, it gets its own durability? How's that being figured? I haven't played with any of that stuff. I know that.
We're just going to randomly make shit up, and then you get to deal with it.
Yeah, I haven't played with any of that. I've got a chest full of artifacts I should probably break out and play with. I actually bought them all dirt cheap because I was going to break them down to essence. But you know what? I haven't had anything break. And actually, I think I'm right again. One more time. Let's pull up my character sheet. I think I have one of these artifacts is finally getting ready.
Oops, Azazel.
I'm down to 12 durability on my Ring of Cuddlekin. And I don't think I've ever repaired it either. It has been major repaired once, yes.
I've never major repaired anything. And,
No major repairs. Let's
no
see.
major repairs.
Let's see. Do I have major repairs on this other stuff?
I don't
No,
even
not
take
yet.
my gear to a crafting station to repair it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like my epic leather crafted boots are at 18 of 20.
And my Assassin's Bracers have had 2 major repairs. They take a lot of pounding. And my crossbow has had...
been repaired.
But my crossbow has a shitty durability. 43 out of its original max of 150.
Hey, the my +8 cloak that I found as a drop is at 10 of 13.
10 of 13?
I found it as a drop. I mean, it's one where it's like it's a straight up drop. Yeah. But yeah.
You actually have to leave a lot to get armor damage?
Yeah. Hey,
Absolutely.
Drac. I've died a few times, just not recently. But yes, we have that stuff. Other interesting topics that we can talk about.
What else we got on tap today?
The eternal patterns we talked about yesterday.
Yeah, we started talking about that yesterday. It was eternal patterns should go back to the original item for a fee. And I don't think I would have a problem with that again, only because when you salvage it, you're getting the eternal pattern. So, I mean, technically, you know, that's what you're keeping.
Restore the pattern back to the item. That's all you need to do. It's like, yay. And it doesn't have any stats. I mean, other than like if you salvage your Lord's Cloak, you lose the light. If you do it as an eternal pattern,
the only
means that you get your
problem
back
I have
light.
is I wish we could dye those cloaks. I really wish we could dye the Lords, the Dukes, and the whatever the other light cloak was, or give us the option to enchant light onto items like helms or like cloaks or like anything. Let me put a light on my bow and arrow if I want to.
Hey, man. It's like you should be able to pick and choose what you're putting on stuff. But yes,
you know how much that light spell just always drove me nuts.
Oh, I know. You hate the light spell.
Yeah. Does it still do the same thing? Because I haven't seen anybody use it in ages, tell you the truth. Yeah, do you even have? There it is. Yeah.
It's number 1 on my non-combat bar.
Yeah, it doesn't look to be as annoying as it used to be.
I don't think they've changed it in over a
year.
No, I think you just got used to it.
No, just again, it's not as. I mean, and on this screen here, behind that backdrop of the wall, you can barely tell that light's even floating over your head these days. Anyway, moving right along. I'm going to tell you all about that wonderful NBNN Shroud of the Avatar community calendar.
This is an awesome thing. It's like it's in the middle of my lot.
What's that?
My light spell. It's not over my head. It's over. It's like at the bottom of the F, or for the I love free shit.
Yeah, it was a little from the side it looked like it was a little in front of you.
Yeah.
But the NBNN Shroud of the Avatar community calendar is brought to us by ShroudMarketplace.com. Over 200 vendors
disappeared
out there. Yeah, it went out because you probably have nothing in your light spell. Are you
No,
GM light?
it's 8 minutes and 32 seconds remaining. Now that I stood up, it came back.
Oh, there it is again. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to stand up for it to come back. So it's disappearing after a while. Shroud math. I'm sorry. Calendar? What?
Something like that. Whenever you get to it.
Yeah, waiting for it to load. Staring at. There it is. Another slow day in Shroud of the Avatar. That NBNN Shroud of the Avatar community calendars on nbnn.info. Click on the calendar button and you too can look at this aggregated mess of Google calendars that people need to update their shit. Yeah. But Monday through Friday, 12s and 6s around the clock, you should tune in your ether amplifiers to Wadia Radio Free Britannia to listen to two idiots interpreting the news so you don't have to. Little show called Lunch with Us. 7 p.m. this evening on WRFB is the 70s at 7. At 10 p.m. on Virtue Radio, it's Chaotic Country with Jirikith Rivenson. And at 10 p.m. on WRFB, you can talk to the guy that doesn't get a paycheck from that music licensing organization, BMI, on
Doesn't get it from anybody.
WRFB. And that's the Weckoed Room with Waz's Wad. We cover some rock and roll history from 1946 to 1974 because he was there. He was there.
Right. He was.
Okay. Yep.
If it wasn't for rock and roll, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today, that's for sure. And of course, Dad's been having fun in the studio now that he's officially retired. He sits in the studio once a week, expecting his newest release today, and hopefully he'll be able to get his settings right so that he can share with the public. I've shared the last couple, but doesn't look like sharing was his forte on Facebook. But he's been just having fun in the studio, releasing songs and doing shit that he wants to do. So maybe today he'll have a new one out and he'll have the sharing right, and I'll be able to share it with you all over in Discord later on today. So, but yes, don't forget you're tuned in to Lunch with Laz and Jack right here on nbnn.info, twitch.tv/Cynesis, twitch.tv/NBNN News. Catching us in replays on YouTube and or Twitch. We do appreciate it no matter where you guys and gals watch. We love you all. But
fun fact from Caffeine. When you start your new account for Shroud of the Avatar, you don't even have to confirm your email address.
Yep.
Oh. Okay, keep going. Sponsors. I'm getting out of here soon.
But yes, don't forget, cheering in bits is our preferred method. Of course, don't forget you can subscribe. You can click the links below, donate direct, become a patron at patreon.com, or go to the website and use the links there. The Britannian Mining Company wants you to check out Black Rock Cove. They're located over in the Quell region near the town of Exeter and conveniently located next to those mines that you want to be in. So if you're a crazy miner type and you're looking for a guild, go check out the BMC out of Black Rock Cove today. WRFB Radio Free Britannia bringing you the latest news and entertainment 24/7 around the clock, inside and outside Shroud of the Avatar, including two idiots interpreting the news at 12s and 6s around the clock, Monday through Friday for your entertainment. And of course, shroudmusic.com for ABC files. If you're looking for ABC files, you want to get started or you want to share, you can go out to shroudmusic.com and upload or download some today. Happiest Wares is one of the many shops, over 200 shops out at Shroud Marketplace these days. Cappius' Wares is just one, but he's got all your wood goods covered. If you're looking for raw wood, you're looking for timber, you're looking for pre-cut boards, you're looking for beetle carapace and more, go check out Cappius' Wares out on shroudmarketplace.com. But Shroud Marketplace is the place to go for all your virtual vendable goods, and of course, 200 vendors Can't be wrong if you got 200 plus vendors out there buying, selling, trading. There's got to be some kind of economy out there. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah. Go to shroudmarketplace.com for all of your game and goods. Anything and everything game related can be bought or sold at Shroud Marketplace as long as it is not a bannable offense. There's not a lot that's a bannable offense, so
That's right.
anything and everything. I mean, accounts, game gold, crowns of the obsidian, those have been flying off the shelf, especially for those vendors that had the prices way below the sales price. I mean, it's like they'd put them up and poof, they're gone. I know. And then game gold's also flying off the shelf as people are like turning around buying crowns off of other vendors and doing everything. Econdas emailed back in April about the no email necessary for confirmation. But yes, anything and everything Shroud related, shroudmarketplace.com. You need to go register an account to buy anything. If you want to become a vendor, you need to click on vendor registration and join myself or join Soda Goods because they are crushing the sales.
Crushing the Kodo market.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Soda Goods shop. You need to go visit Soda Goods shop because holy crap. Soda Goods is just crushing everybody with what's going on.
With undercutting mother.
with undercutting caffeine for wood. Is that what she said?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
that dirty bastard. But that's a free market, man.
That's
Free market.
what the marketplace is all about, folks. If you want to talk about a free market economy, Shroud Marketplace is the place to go because they'll fight for your money. I tell you what.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I put up scrolls for sale and 3 other people decided to undercut me.
Yeah, what is scrolls down to? 349, 100?
Something like that.
No
It's
idea.
all
I don't know. Now I gotta.
Now you got to go look up scrolls.
Now I gotta look up scrolls just to see.
But I've got to get out of here, guys. So y'all have a good day.
275. What? Somebody's really undercutting it. Damage Incorporated.
Price for 5 years.
Yeah, well, we know what it costs to make these things. That's why. But
150.
Hey, I go by cost. Okay, old school cost. New school cost should even be more, but that's a different story altogether. But as you can see, Jack had to go ahead and get out of here because he's got a meeting hot at 1 o'clock here in a couple minutes. And of course, we gotta. Yeah, well, the scrolls drop a lot. If you've heard Chris ever talk about travel, we usually get mentioned because we complain about it a lot. Scrolls shouldn't have been dropped. Nothing that's crafted should ever have been a drop. As alchemists, Jack and I both take a hit on all those potions. I haven't crafted a potion, I can't tell you in how long, except for maybe some poison potions for my own use. Okay? I've got 2 vendors out there that sell potions, and I've got chests full of potions, and I haven't made a single one of them. I get them from drops so much that I've got 2 vendors selling potions out there, okay? That's a little crazy when I'm the alchemist and I should be crafting them for experience and selling them, but I get them off drops free, so why should I spend the time doing that? Yeah. I don't know, I tell you, I don't know. But meanwhile, if you haven't gotten in, don't forget, I love free shit. We're going to be drawing a raffle winner at the end of the stream here just momentarily as I look for somebody to go ahead and raid out here in the gaming community. Who's new? Do we have any newbies out there? Let's see who we have. Birthday stream. Oh, okay. So we're going to have to hit him up. Vulcan Jedi's got a birthday stream going on, so I can't pass that up. We can't pass that up, so we're going to go ahead and drop you guys and gals off on the Vulcan Jedi. here in a moment. But before we do, make sure you're all raffled up. We're going to go ahead and close out the giveaway here. Everybody in? Everybody got their raffles in? All right, going to close it out and pick ourselves a winner. And Zagraban, congratulations, you are the winner. Speak up in chat so that I can tag you and let us see what it is that you have won. Let us see. Better late than dead. Better late than dead is what you have won yourself a copy of. So congratulations to you. Shout out in stream. There you are. Very good. I got you tagged. I will send you that momentarily. But we've got to wrap things up here on NBNN News for today. And of course, we'll be back with more news right here on NBNN tomorrow. Till then, I'm Laz. That was Jack. And we are NBNN. And of course, have a great day, everybody. And we'll see you all tomorrow.